Hello. Today we are going to talk in the series of latest links week's review about the following subjects. Paintings that I painted since our last show. Few natural remedies, natural antibiotics, natural remedy for rheumatoid arthritis, sugar detox, artificial intelligence or images from other worlds, underground tunnels, voice of school technology, geoengineering, Atlantis, underground artifacts, inside the pyramid in Amazon, underground history, Lemuria, Teotihuacan, Sasquatch people, flying machines, unknown history, CFIA and the World Health Organization, mud flood of 1657 that is not recorded in history books, but it's recorded in maps, difference of the maps prior and after that event, self-assembly technology, Tesla Museum in Belgrade, travel notes, Niagara Falls, and travel notes Hoover Dam, books that I'm reading, and external links, such as terraforming, a form of terraforming that it's called archaeoplanetography. So let's start with the beginning. This is one of the few paintings since our last show. A rider on the mountain path. The next one, it's Elegance. You can find them on Liliana's art and art collection. The next one, Autumn, Serenity, Swans on the river. Hard to see the swans in these pictures, but they are there. Next subjects are health related. These are natural remedy that I get on my Facebook feed, and I like to share them because that's what I learned from one of the books that I read, that everything that you learn should and seems to be valid should be shared. If somebody might be helped, that from this natural remedy, that will be very good. So willow tree was used in the past as medicine. We forgot the natural medicines because of education introduced at the beginning of the last century by Rockefellers that wanted to have most of the treatment based on petroleum. So in the past, willow was used for headaches, arthritis, sore threes, and worms. Now they find that willow is used in the present. So how do you prepare it? You take pieces of willow and you shred the bark and prepare a tea. Everyone knows how to prepare a tea. Boil water and plants, boil 10 minutes and drink. Okay? And now they figure it out. It's used for anti-pain, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and anti-parasite. Natural antibiotics, there are multiple recipes, but this is one that I found within the last month. You use 1 onion, 4 garlic cloves, cinnamon stick, honey, and you'd mix them together 3 times a day, 1 to 2 spoons. Natural remedy for a rheumatoid arthritis. This is another recipe I found on my Facebook feed. A lady said that she was in pain for a long time. When she was 28, she was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. And she went to doctor after doctor, and she was losing her mobility. The reason was Lyme disease. So she prepares this recipe for Lyme disease. Ingredients: oranges, lemon. So she cut the lemon with the peel. So she just cut and placed them in a jar. Oranges, lemon, ginger, turmeric, cinnamon stick, star, black or cayenne pepper, anise, cloves, echinacea. Echinacea is this flower, the red flower, basil, rosemary, mint, apple cider vinegar. Okay. She mixed them, and at the end, apple cider vinegar. Probably she leaves them few weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, and then she drinks the liquid. Again, probably 2 3 spoons 2 times a day. So you can drink it. Another health tip I found this last month is a drink that burns hidden sugar. What are the symptoms? Afternoon crashes, sudden hunger, puffy eyes, and fatigue. Solution: warm turmeric, cinnamon, lemon, a pinch of black pepper. So turmeric and black pepper, they usually go together. And this combination support liver detox, glucose, and metabolism naturally. Our next subject is a link that I found again on Facebook. I don't know if it's this link is produced by artificial intelligence or it's a real image from another world, probably the inner world. So this seems to be some sort of, oh, what did I do? No, I cannot go back. Yes, I can. This is some sort of Stargate. Then a sort of buildings where people stay around a circle. They have a sort of crystal in the middle of the circle. And these images are very much similar. Another Stargate, another type of Stargate. And these images correspond with the description of the inner Earth cities. Again, can be a production of artificial intelligence. But what if they are not? Interesting way of clothing with lights in the clothes inserted. So again, here we have a large crystal, domes that have regular patterns, people sitting around this inner crystal, and this might be some sort of water or other crystals. Okay, let's go to the next subject. In I left the link, but the link disappears, and but there are some pictures. We need to know about our past on Earth. There were giants on Earth, and not all were humans. So these statues that are now in these pictures in some sort of underground tunnels, they might be under Giza Pyramid. They inform us that they found something underneath the pyramid, but the images were not shown, publicly shown to the majority of people. So for some reason, I received these images in the Facebook feed, and I like to share them. So people in the underground tunnels, people with elongated skulls. So you see that these are not, might not be just big huts. They might hide actually a big skull. They can also be artificial intelligence generated. You never know, since they introduced artificial intelligence. But there is a very large number of information that it's coming from this part of the world. So this seems to be Egyptian figures. And here is a boat. We know that boats were found underneath the pyramid because they are exposed in museums. Maquettes or small images, 3D images of these boats are also found in museums. Here is a very large boat found in an underground tunnel. We say that it's Egyptian. The writings on the walls seems to be Egyptian hieroglyphs. Okay, we can recognize few of these hieroglyphs. The eye, here can be some sort of flying disc. Okay. Let's go to our next subject, voice to school technology. Again, most of the information is from different sources, actually, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I found about this man that it's called Eric Heckler. He worked as a plumber. He is from New York. He worked as a plumber in Antarctica, and he usually work in cold region. Now he's working in another place, but he worked in cold region, Antarctica, for a few months, I think, and he had access to all the technology that is in Antarctica, and he did not have to sign a non-disclosure agreement because he was just a plumber, considered just a plumber, but he's a very intelligent man from New York City. And he was talking with different compartmentalized groups that worked in Antarctica. And he figured it out that there is a technology that it's used, can be used to produce earthquakes, which they did by mistakes. And this technology actually killed people. The earthquake can be directed to a certain point, geographic area. It can be used as a voice-to-school technology. This is a technology used as a weapon. That technology, according to this guy, can blanket area and change your thoughts. And I will leave the link to this Facebook page if the page is still available, because they erase sometimes these pages. Voice to school technology, it's called synthetic telepathy. They used this technology in Iraq war for the first time. They give orders to the soldier directly into their head to get out of the hiding place, and they were captured or killed by US military. Werner von Braun, a paperclip Nazi, was brought in USA and was involved in development of this technology. There are YouTube videos still available that prove that he participated in this action. So the military can communicate with you via telepathic, via this technology. A voice-to-school technology. This man was confessing that he was targeted individual. I left the link to this page, but it might not be available at a later time. So in 2013, this lady was
cyborgs and humans. They've already mapped our brains. We've just recently heard that they can transfer a human brain into machinery. So whenever they tell us that this is a new scientific discovery, we know it's been decades and decades prior to us ever finding out about these things. And they also talk about microdust as a weapon. They say that this micron-sized mechanized dust, which is distributed as an aerosol and inhaled into the lungs, the dust mechanically bores into the lung tissue, and executes various pathological missions. They say it's a completely new type of warfare, and it is legal. It's legal. This is what they're going to do to all the humans on the face of this planet. It's all legal. And then they talk about how the use of frequencies will be used in warfare. And we know, for example, the smart meters that are being deployed around the globe, the replacement of our electric meters, which will also and does include the replacement of all of our gas meters and our water meters as well, and will be connected to our food supply when they collapse the currency and they issue energy allowances, and that will all be controlled through the metering system. But they talk about the use of low frequencies, microwave frequencies, and they mention in this NASA document the U.S. Army report. The U.S. Army report is on our website, smartmetersmurder.com. It's about a 20-page Army document that talks about the use of frequencies to target the enemy. We're the enemy. And they say one.
Okay, to sad of a subject, I will leave the link for those that are interested in seeing more, but we need the truth, whole truth, not half truths, not three-quarter truths. We need the whole truth about what is happening in this world. You cannot progress if some people have information and some don't. Let's continue with the next subject about Atlantis. Atlantis was a island continent on ancient Earth. Again, these images may or may not be artificial intelligence images, because we know that there is a time traveling, there are time traveling devices that can take picture apparently from the past. Atlantis had an advanced human that communicated with star people. Atlantis, these people were Syrians, Pleiadians, and Actuarians. Another kind of creepy images is what they found, I think, in Egypt, but I'm not sure. So this is an image of something that skeletons that they found in the underground tunnels. All kind of shapes. These are gold statues that apparently Americans are removing and moving them somewhere else. I don't think they should be removed from their original place. So more images from the underground tunnels. Here I have, apparently in Amazon, there are pyramids. In the underground, under all pyramids, there are tunnels. Pyramids were used in an energetic, that's my understanding at this point, were using an energetic grid of ley lines, and that the intersection of two ley lines for consolidating these ley lines were built pyramids. Underneath the pyramids, there is water and there are tunnels. And some people are going in these underground tunnels to visit, to see what is there. And you see, in these underground tunnels, there are Egyptian-like pyramids with hieroglyphic writings. Again, I hope they don't destroy or remove these places, because they are history, part of the Earth history, and this Earth history needs to be released to everyone and informed everyone about these artifacts, in my opinion. I have a video I created about few chapters from the book that I'm writing now, Unknown History from Unconventional Sources. I talk about Atlantis and Lemuria, about the story of creation, and Sasquatch or Bigfoot people, that they were people. They are recorded in Popol Vuh, Maya, and other ancient texts. One of the proof of their existence is that in one of their texts, they have the ape people built a bridge that connects Sri Lanka with India. That bridge still exists and can be found on the maps. I talk in my next book about Teotihuacan, a place that I visited with 176 pyramids, the connection with the Toltec civilization. Another chapter is about ancient flying machine recorded on the walls of a temple in Abydos. Okay. And years old. Okay, I have to close this. Okay, and it's just a little bit of preview of my next book. We go to a different subject. What is happening in Canada now, September 2025. There is war, not war, it's an activity or a standoff. An organization that is a part of or an arm of World Health Organization. In Canada, it's called the CFIA. Is wants to destroy, to kill 400 ostriches, because 9 months ago, somebody said they have bird flu. They are healthy. They are, and people are protesting the killing of healthy animals by a suprastatal organization, an organization financed by tax dollar with connection with unelected suprastatal organization that wants to impose rules for the Canadian farmers. People are protesting. Apparently, the Liberal government of Canada purchased 500,000 vaccines for the future bird flu that is projected to come in Canada, and in meantime wants to destroy genetics of animals that are built in the farm animals of Canadian farmers. The action is still going forward and backward, and people, more and more people are aware and are protesting. JFK is against, so international media and international politicians are on the side of Canadian farmers, but the Canadian government is, it's like a block of, we don't care. We don't want to hear what the Canadians want. They are financially involved in very shaky things, in my opinion. Let's go to the next subject. Another information that I found that is very interesting. Apparently in 1657, mud flood or black flood was that is not recorded in the history books, happened around the world. The result are images of a railway, for example, in this case, at a very deep underground, meaning it was a civilization in the past that was buried in mud flood. There are images with cities without people, with large buildings, images of a railway under how many 100 meters of soil. In Teotihuacan, for example, which was Mexico, close to Mexico City, the base of the city is situated at 100 meters under the present ground soil. What happened in California, it's a very interesting phenomenon. California in old maps is shown as an island. After this year, the California was connected with mainland. So now it's California, it's part of the North American continent. Also, 800 abandoned ships in 1849 in San Francisco Bay were found, and a great fire, they call them great, not big, in 1851 burned them all. So something did happen and there are visual proofs and some sort of records in old maps. Also, Russian researchers prove that in Russia, that flood did exist. They have images of empty city with large buildings. California before the mud flood and after the mud flood. It was connected. Another phenomenon in North America, the Great Lakes did not appear in the maps prior to 1957, and they came on the maps after that time. Niagara was Chicago, okay? And there are no Great Lakes in old maps. But these Great Lakes appear after 1657. A lot of large big buildings destroyed, and there are images with large domed building with domes, yeah, that were engulfed in water. I have another sad blog entry, self-assembling nanotechnology from a Facebook page. Vaccine, dental anesthesies have all the inhalers have this kind of nanotechnology. Some say it's a sort of black goo solution for treatments of asthma, eye and ear drops, nasal drops, insulin, and that's how they look. PCR test, plasma expanders. They have nanotechnology. Sadly, global food supply was deliberately contaminated with nanotechnology. I don't like to disinformation, but we need to know, we need to have access to real information. This is my, now we are going to the videos. So this is one of the preview for my next book. I have another video with my visit to Tesla Museum in Belgrade. You can find their schematics and different type of his invention that a lot of them are functional. Some of this invention so some of this invention were explained and exemplified. So if you have a chance to travel, go to Belgrade, Serbia. Tesla was in Belgrade only one day in his life. So he invented different methods for energy transmission. The first method consisted of transmission of the currents through the rarefied atmosphere. Tesla published his second method, which concern propagation of the currents through the planet Earth after the discovery of the stationary waves at Colorado Springs. And this information are provided in his autobiographical articles published in Electrical Magazine. So you can find actually these are Tesla coils, and we had exemplification of wireless transmission of energy. The tourists are given a tube, electrical tube, and they start the coil, the electricity in the main coil, and the tube is getting lighted in your on hand. So if you like to have some sort of interesting experience, go to Serbia Tesla Museum. This guy explains his invention of remote control. So this was like a little boat that Tesla remote control it in I think New York City. This is the Tesla coil that is used to exemplify the wireless transmission of energy. So we didn't need wire for a long time. For more information, so this is, okay, X. For more information, I have about Tesla, I have actually two books where I have reference to Tesla. I have one that is Energy Project, where you will find interesting information about sources of energy known in the past and proof of the existence of these energy sources, and Buildings and People, where I have a chapter dedicated just to Tesla, the buildings where he worked in New York City, and how actually New York City is has plaques on buildings where he lived. On a more interesting note, a more fun note, this is a visit. This is a visit to Niagara Falls. So on Niagara River, there are boat tours on under the falls. So you go with the boat almost close to the wall of the fall, and you can see on Canadian side they built a very nice city with a lot of attractions. But interesting part is there is like a great rainbow. I don't know if I can. Here are very large boulders. That's me after going under the fall. So you go with the boat very close to this Niagara Fall, and there are very large rainbow that are built here. That's how people are, they get some sort of clothes, plastics to protect from the from being wet, but you get wet when you go there. There is a miniature village in Niagara Falls, and a park with very large plant formation, let's say, plant display, plants of different colors. Walls with plant display, let's say this. In Niagara Falls, there is also a casino. Nightlife, very colorful. And a place where you can see a lot of beautiful things. I have another video with Las Vegas, a travel to Las Vegas and Grand Canyon. As much as you can see as a tourist. Because in Grand Canyon, we know that they found a cave with ancient Egyptian artifacts and very large statues and a lot of gold. And hieroglyphics, Egyptian hieroglyphics, prove that a cult, a civilization connected with Egypt was present in this area. Hoover Dam was another place that we visited, and you can find it here. Also in when we went to Las Vegas, we figured it out that each hotel has a little museum or zoo or something special connected with the name of the museum. Now, in one of the casinos, they had, let me see if I can show you. Yes. They have a museum with... Dar aici, la acest muzeu, noi am vizitat expoziția cu invențiile lui Leonardo da Vinci. So, Leonardo da Vinci invention. That's at the Venetian Archimedes Venetian casino. That's how a casino looks like in Las Vegas. Beautiful. Now, let's go to a different subject. What books I was reading and I'm reading, what books I finished since our last show, and what books I'm reading now. Tyler Kiwala has a book, Bleeding Through Tales from Another Timeline. A very interesting read. His life and his connection or understanding of parallel timeline, parallel lives, and his understanding regarding SSP, Secret Space Program. He has a YouTube channel, Journey to Truth, where he started interviewing with another guy, Aaron Kuhn, a lot of young people that resonated with him. He has a very large audience, and his subjects are extremely interesting. So I guess I spend a lot of hours watching his YouTube channel. And his book is really good, really good, very well written, and easy to easy to understand the concept he is explaining. Now I'm reading another book of Valiant Thor. Valiant Thor, books of humanoid encounters. It's I just read the beginning. In the beginning, you find who is the introduction. Who is Valiant Thor? Who is his crew? The name of his children, and you find about some sort of technology, holographic telephony, I will say, used with people that are contacted with humanoids of other civilizations. That's only in the first 30 pages that you find all of this information, but I found it interesting. External links, that's my one of the chapters of our podcast, let's say, is a website of Sue Walker. Sue Walker has a website where she teaches everyone, has a free downloadable page about telepathy 101. She's in contact with a star nation that actually is has a port, or has a location in Sandia, United States, and they tell her information that she is sharing with the rest of us through her website. She has a YouTube channel, Facebook, X, a lot of mass media, but the information is very interesting from Sue Walker. I follow her, and it seems interesting to me. She talks about archaeoplanetography. She explained that we are not alone, and larger than human people left their marks on Earth on large scale. They travel on Earth. They brought animals, and left the maps and the faces of the fellow travelers on the crust of the Earth. She's calling it archaeoplanetography. This video is 10 years old. Archaeoplanetography. Okay, so you see the face of a man, but before you can see also the face of a woman. In the plan, in the relief or buildings, you see, I see a woman here. She sees a man. Oh. So, okay, let's go back. Animals are sketched in people with elongated skulls. Okay, so I would like to end my presentation here. This was the latest links week's review presentation on September 29, 2025. I'm Liliana Usvat. Thank you for your time.